Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Chris M. Walker. Before we dive into today's video, do me a huge favor and go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're going to get notified every single day when a new video drops. Oh, who am I kidding? It's not every single day, but at least a couple of times a week. And like I keep saying, we're going to amp that up. And this is 2 days in a row and 3 out of 4. So we're doing pretty good on these things. So do me a favor, click the notification bell so you'll get notified. Without that, let's jump into today's content. Now, about a year ago, I showed you, on a webinar, I showed you a way to take a video and rank it for a local SEO term really quickly and get a whole bunch of rankings like that. And I'm going to show you a clip of that here in a second. But as you can see, these terms stick really well and they're really easy to pick off. For example, this term that the clip I'm going to show you in a minute, we ranked a video live for the term Litchfield hurricane damage repair. And as you can see, that was on June 2nd, 2017. It's now June 8th, 2018, and it's still ranking right here at the top. My point is that it was really easy, and I showed you how to do these en masse and turn it into a nice little side income or get your business started or something like that. The problem with that is it can take a lot of time and a lot of effort. So I'm going to show you the clip from the previous video to show you how I do it, and then I'm going to show you a way to do it a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. So I'm going to go ahead and start that clip now, watch the whole thing, and then I'll be right back afterwards. All right, so we're here at YouTube, and we're going to continue our hurricane damage repair example that we were using before. And the reason I use that one is because it's familiar to me, and that's a good way to think about when you're thinking what are some keywords I can go after. Think about things that are familiar to you. Suppose you live in Alaska. It's probably really important to you that your heater works most of the year round. Maybe I'm stereotyping, I don't know. I always think of it being very cold there. So, so what you want to do is think about things that could be a benefit. Anyway, let's jump into our example. We're going to upload. We're on my YouTube channel here. And earlier we did Garden City hurricane damage repair, and we got an instant page 1. In fact, number 1. So let's see if lightning can strike twice. Copy that. What I like to do is put this in the description 2 or 3 times. Litchfield, by the way, is a city that's maybe 20 minutes from me, and it really, as you're going to see here in a minute, really gets hammered when we get a hurricane around here. So set up a little bit more of the on page. I'm going to look for Litchfield, South Carolina. Do I sound like I have a South Carolina accent? Every time I hear myself say South Carolina, I feel like I'm saying it with an accent. And you see how close that is to the ocean? That's why this is a good thing to go after for hurricane damage repair. English, and then the recording date. And by this point, it should be almost done. But basically what we're doing here is we're picking a term that once a year or twice a year is going to be in really high demand. The rest of the year, maybe not so much. So the good news is that people will leave it alone. And once we get our video ranked, it'll most likely stick there, and it won't be the target of you won't have to fight off a lot of other SEOs. Not that we're not good enough at SEO to fight them off anyway, but why would you go? Why put yourself through that, right? So let's publish, and let's go grab our URL. Hopefully this doesn't index right away, so I can show the same trick that I showed earlier. All right, copy the link address. Okay, it's not indexed right away, which is good. Let me show you this off. So this is a trick I've discovered recently to help you get things indexed, is to go... Somebody earlier told me I type really loudly, so sorry about that. Search. And what this does is if it searches a website or a URL to tell you if it's mobile optimized. It's an actual Google tool. We'll paste. We'll run the test. I don't know how I stumbled across this, but I find it's been working really well for me. You see, and it finds the channel, it finds the URL, and it scanned it and it says it's mobile friendly, and then we can do submit to Google, which, as far as I can tell, is the same thing as submitting it to the Search Console. So hopefully it's indexed by now, otherwise we're going to have to wait a moment. Let's see what we got. All right, index. See how quickly that worked? Isn't that awesome? All right, so let's see if this ranked for us. Incognito window. And search that term. And look at that, number 1. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward and pretty easy to do, to pick off these local terms like that. The problem with that is to do it en masse is the way to really make a lot of money with it, or scale it to a reasonable amount of money to where it's worth your time. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of patience to sit there and do it one after the other after the other. So, okay, so as you can see, that's really easy to do and really quick to pick off a whole bunch of different long tail terms and variations of terms and rank a bunch of videos. And the trick to doing this is to get a bunch of them and either sell the leads or rent them out, or however you want to go about monetizing it. I actually have a course on that you can check out if you want. But the problem with that is it's really time consuming. As you can see, it took 5 minutes to do one. Now granted, I was explaining that as I went and showing the results and things like that, so it would take you a little less time. But to do like 50 of these, it would take most of your day just to get 50 of them done, and then out of that you're going to get maybe 20 or 30 of those that are going to get first page ranking. So as you can see, you really got to commit a lot of time to it, and I've been looking for a way to streamline that and make it easier. And I asked around, and I met this guy Randy, who actually has a software that he came up with that does it sort of like on autopilot. So he's found a way that you can take a list of keywords and just upload them to his software, and then it'll go out and just do basically what I just showed you all on its own. So you'll get 20, 30, 40 first page rankings just from giving him this list of keywords and him putting it into his software. He's actually offering a service on that where you can get those done for about $1 a piece, and that's actually our Legiit featured service of the week, which we'll of course link to. But basically, you just give him a list of the keywords, he puts them in his software, and bam, out come the results. It's really, really simple. It's a really great way to shortcut that whole process. I'm not a big fan of shortcuts, but that'll really do it for you. And let me just show you a quick report of the results he's gotten. So here's the list of one campaign that he's ran that he sent me the links to. And as you can see, it's first page ranking number 1. Page 1, number 1. Page 1, number 1. Page 1, number 1. Page 1, number 10. Number 2, number 2, number 3, number 4. You can see it got, out of one run, he got, what is that, about 20 or 30, maybe even 40 first page rankings. And like I said, it's all for less than $1 a piece. And the time that it saves you is just absolutely invaluable. And he'll take the service and do some of the additional work. So for example, if you want to get him some content, you can give him some content, or he can add that extra on for you. He can take care of the thumbnail, design that for you. You can link to the site, and he'll link to the site and the phone number, and his results are generally more than half ranked. So for me, for $50, that's less than $1 a piece per video. I think you can't beat it. And like I said, it really shortcuts that technique. I still get a lot of questions about it. I still sell that course on a daily basis. So there's obviously interest in it, and there's obviously a good opportunity to start making some nice extra cash flow, or whatever, however big you want to scale it. So that's pretty much all I got for you. This is a great technique. It's one of the ways I got started. I still have some that I'm getting money from years later. It's super simple, and it doesn't require a ton of SEO skill or investment. So check this service out if you want to save your time instead of having to sit there day in and day out slamming up new videos and getting a bunch of these long tail terms ranked. So that's all I got for you today. Super quick video today, but I think it's got a lot of value for you. So do me a favor, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified almost every day when new videos are released. And then do me a favor and follow me on Instagram at superstarseo.com/ on Facebook at superstarseo.com/Facebook, and on Instagram at superstarseo. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.